Muted. Unmic and get to it. Let's see. We got a little bit of volume. I think the volume's here. Let's see. So quiet.
Maybe it is.
So quiet. Nobody in here. Welcome, Riley and Greg. We're applauding to ourselves.
I like this new jacket. Did you hear that?
I heard that. All right.
Good.
I think we got somebody in here. So, hey, I'm Riley.
Or you're Greg. My name's Riley. This is Father.
I said I'm Riley tonight.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're down South Supernatural. I'm Father, a.k.a. Greg, or Greg, a.k.a. Father. And you are?
My name's Riley, a.k.a. Father.
And we are down South Supernatural. If you're following along on Facebook tonight, we appreciate it. We've opened up a new page, as we've talked about. We have been having some problems with Meta for our group page. It's just gotten out of hand. So if you followed along, you know, we're going to do away with the Down South Supernatural, the group page. It will no longer be a group. Probably this week, we'll probably go ahead and end it. Yeah. We're trying to give and really the funny thing about it is our group page. Yeah. A lot of the followers on it have not gotten into our new page, which just shows me that people on the Down South Supernatural group page are not even seeing posts.
Yeah.
Or they elect not to see them. Maybe we blew them up. I don't know. So they're not seeing it. So if you followed us along any at all, and you've noticed we have started a new Facebook page, Down South Supernatural NC. We had to do it NC until we close out the other stuff. So we check us out. If you hadn't switched yet, switch over. If you're on Facebook, Down South Supernatural NC. That's where you're going to find us at. You don't have to join. It won't be a group. It'll be a public forum. We just asked anybody who is part of the group and you know us and
switch over.
Well, not to switch over. I'm asking anybody if you see any spam up there, if you can let us know, because we're going to try to remove everything. That was kind of why we went to the group page, to kind of cut down on the spam and the indecent stuff that went on the page against our will, of course.
It's a lot to keep up with. Sometimes that stuff will sneak right through.
Yeah, it can be. So, that blue lights are on up there. Yeah. So if you haven't switched, if you're following the old page, switch now if you can. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And with that being said, man, we got over 600 members in like 2 or 3 days on the new page.
Yeah.
So I know it works. Then all of a sudden it kind of fell off. So we're looking to get that thing up to 1,000 followers as soon as we can. That's the goal there.
That would be nice.
We were going to go live from that page tonight. StreamYard kind of didn't really like to go live with an actual private group page. That was another thing in us opening up a public page.
Yeah.
So we couldn't go live there tonight. We have enough followers to go live already.
Yeah.
We couldn't go live because the page has to be 60 days old or older. So that's why we didn't go live from there tonight. Yeah. But you can follow us. Riley has shared it back to the old page. It's on Riley Sasser's Facebook page.
Yeah.
And, of course, we're streaming live on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like I can't tell. I don't even think we have any followers up here. But just know if you are on Facebook, we can't see your comments. We would appreciate your comments.
Yeah, we really would.
But we can't see them. If you're on Facebook, let me get over here and turn the comments on just in case we missed anybody. So, I don't know. Being it's New Year's Eve, I don't know how many people we'll have up here, but it is our Wednesday night live spot, and we decided to go ahead and fill it tonight.
Yeah.
Even though we know a lot of people are out doing festivities and celebrating New Year's that's coming in a few short hours.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we thought we'd do like we've been doing in the past, and we just talk about a few places we've been this year. We've been to a lot of places.
Yeah,
we've been over about, I don't know, I was counting yesterday. We've been through 8 different states. We've ghost hunted in 8 different states this year. 8 different states.
Which
can you believe that?
I think is a pretty big accomplishment.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking to you. You're right here looking at me. Can you believe that?
I mean, it's hard to believe. Yeah.
I mean, we went from hunting just here around our location in our county and slipping out of the county just a few times to going out of state everywhere. I mean, for us, it's a big deal.
You want to know the even bigger kicker?
What's that?
We called the top 10 locations. We covered so many and they all seemed just as equally good to me. So I moved it from a top 10 locations to a top 16 for the night.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, and look, what we talk about, I'm not bragging or anything at all. Don't take it that way.
No.
We've done so many different locations. It was hard to go back and remember.
Yeah.
So really, you're going to start with the best or probably the least active, the one that stood out, because we really don't have many that are least active. Some of the least active we had for us were at some of the bigger, well-known places.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Excuse me.
And then we go to some of these hole-in-the-wall places and get all we could ever ask for or want.
You should spit because you got a lot there. You got a lot going on in that mouth. You got a big fat dip in there, and you're letting the world look at it. It's Jesus, help us all. Help us all. But yeah, we did something else this year that we decided to do when we were local. We were going to hit a lot of graveyards, and we stuck with that, man. We got some hours. We got hours and hours invested in local graveyards, and very few times did we get disappointed.
We get all we want in a graveyard most of the time.
I know I remember right off the bat in January or early February, we went to West Side Memorial, which is a local one in the next town over to us, and we've been in there several times. And that one day we recorded, and we were using apps and EVP recorders for EVPs, and we had a spirit box. We didn't have a lot, but man, I won't never forget after we got back home and we started going through our videos and recordings, the different voices and things that were coming through that were communicating with us. And we heard some of it while we were there, but the amount that we heard when we got back in the studio and started going back through it, right down to when we were there, we were hearing parts of, man, I was out walking around. Riley had stayed in the truck. He was communicating with spirit in the truck. I don't know if it was the same spirit or not. What are you seeing down there? I don't know. You're tracking something. I see.
Just trying to figure out this.
But anyway, I think the biggest part of that Westview Cemetery that we went to early in the part of 2025 was when there was a spirit come through who basically told me it was leaving with us.
Yeah.
And that was when I was heading back to the truck, and I was, putting equipment in the back door.
Yeah.
And the spirit said, "I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. Basically, I'm going with y'all." And that's one of the few times in the last 4 or 5 years that I actually felt like, oh man, it's a possibility something's going to try to go home with us today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were not going for that one.
No, not at all. Not at all.
We usually don't like to take no travelers home with us.
No, usually don't want one. Don't want any.
Definitely do not.
And then about 30 days later, actually it was on Valentine's, we did another graveyard visit in a different graveyard in our local town, and it was off the hook. If there's such a thing, we had all kinds of communication, and some of it a little more than we wanted.
Yeah,
got very personal. Nothing ugly, nothing dark, anything like that. But it was like we were learning a story. We were hearing a story, which is what we go for. Is if we can communicate with the other side or ones that haven't passed on, right?
Yeah.
And we do. And sometimes we go and get zero. But the ones that stand out to me, that was one of the graveyard visits that stand out to me.
It truly did.
And then there was one more that we hit 2 or 3 times, and we made some videos on it. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. I do. I remember most every one of them.
Which one are you thinking?
I'm thinking of the East Kingston graveyard.
Yeah, that was the one we were just talking about. I'm talking about the one we did several videos on, and we got all kinds of communication. Beaufort County.
Oh, gosh.
One of the oldest graveyards in the state of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Beaufort.
That was a great one. And I remember we even met a super fan of ours.
Met a super fan in the pitch black dark.
Yeah.
Riley and I were hiding in the graveyard, pretty much we called ourselves hiding. It was pitch black dark. Very dangerous graveyard to be in the dark, the Beaufort County graveyard, because there's so many tree roots and stumps and bricks
and unmarked
headstones, and man, it's a little bit dangerous in the dark.
Yeah.
But so we were in there and we were hiding. It kind of stands out to me, and we were getting some communication.
Yeah.
We actually had a REM pod that started going off as the ghost tour group was about 150 feet from us.
Yeah.
Standing there, and the guy was telling stories about the people buried in the graveyard that he and I are hiding in right this minute.
Yeah.
And we can hear the guide telling these stories, and I'm thinking he's shining a light in the graveyard, and we're kind of behind some trees sitting on a bench.
But remember, I had my werewolf skull down.
Yeah, you had a light colored image on the back of the shirt, and I said, man, they're gonna freak out when his flashlight hits just right and hits your shirt.
Yeah.
But it never did. We never got busted, and we sit there quiet as the mouse for probably 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It seemed like hours.
Yeah, well, I mean, we stayed in there for
we didn't leave. We didn't leave. Yeah, we were there in the dark for a long time.
Yeah.
But the really hilarious part of it was me and Riley was sitting there, and one of the young lady in that group who was with the ghost tour, she was taking the ghost tour with her family. We saw her when the group started leaving and going the other direction. I told Riley, I said, man, there's somebody coming in the graveyard. Come to find out, it was a young girl. She was probably 18, 19 years old. And she was walking around in that graveyard in the pitch black dark. She had her phone and her little flashlight on her phone. But other than that, she was by herself, so she thought.
Yeah.
So we waited for her. She was walking right toward us.
Yeah.
And I told Riley, I said, man, I hate to do it, but I'm not going to miss an opportunity to scare the crap out of this young girl. And as she got probably within, 10 feet of us, it was just that dark. She never saw us. And she was kind of walking with her head down. And I said, hey, just hollered out, and she jumped so hard, it kind of startled both of us again, just thinking about it. And but I was blown away that girl went in that graveyard right by herself.
I was too.
Right by herself. And I thought right then, I said, you need to be on our team.
Yeah.
You need to be on the Down South Supernatural team, because she had no fear.
That was awesome.
And I think she was from, Winston-Salem. She was somewhere probably a couple hours away on vacation with her family. And that was really cool to me, though. And then on, she's like, yeah, I've seen y'all before. It was cool.
Yeah.
But it blew us away. It wasn't long after that. We had one more stop in the graveyard, and we made that stop and talked to the little girl buried in the rum barrel.
Yeah.
And we tried our best for 2 different occasions and several hours to get a name. And truthfully, between me and Riley, we've heard all kinds of names, but we never really got a name.
Never really got the same name, like over and over.
Yeah, we never got it.
But more like different names over and over.
Yeah, just lots of different names. A lot of activity in that graveyard.
There really is.
Shadows, what we thought were shadows. A lot of movement in there.
Yeah.
And it just felt like it was even more movement in there when you're in there in the dark. But I think a lot of it is headlights on cars going by, making different glares in there. But I wouldn't be scared to say some of it might have been apparitions.
Yeah, I feel about the same.
But, anyway, I enjoy going there. And maybe we'll put that on our list for 2026 this summer when we go back to head back in there again. I enjoyed it. I know that's kind of, I don't know if it's morbid to say you enjoy going into graveyards. But we've got some good activity in there.
Yeah. We really have some of our best activity.
Yeah. So what you got on your list? I've hit a few graveyards. I don't know. I don't think we'll number them top 10. I just say we hit ones that stand out to us in our mind. I think we both talked about it earlier today, is what was our favorite location in all the investigations that we did in 2025. And to start with, we were not on the same page. And I don't know today, you've had time to think about it. I haven't talked to you anymore. I got one that stands out to me without a shadow of a doubt. It's my favorite one of 2025. But we ain't got to go to it yet. We hit on keep going down your list, though. We'll talk about it last.
Before I started on the list, I wanted to say mine and your mindset towards the end of 2025 has honestly made me feel like a better paranormal investigator overall. Not trying to worry about anybody and everybody who may want to tag along on these investigations.
Mm-hmm.
Just me and Father doing it is honestly, it's truly the best thing when I'm trying to figure out all these locations and all of this. And then we got to worry about the editing once we're done. I mean, we don't want to be worried about who's going to be there with us or when they're going to get there to our place to go with us.
And what kind of shape they're going to be in when they make it.
Yeah.
And making the whole team look silly.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you guys followed us long enough. We're back to the way we started. It's just us. And that's okay. We're good with that. Let's not get hung up on that tonight.
We're getting it done, too. That's the point I was trying to make.
We're getting it done. And don't forget, we're still going to be investigating this coming up year without a doubt. We're going to be investigating some new locations. We're going to go back and hit some of the old locations that have been good to us. There's unfinished business in several places we didn't make it.
There is.
We didn't make it back to. That'll be high on our list this year, and we won't have to travel a long ways to get to them. It won't cost a lot of money, which sounds even better. But with that being said, we're still going to spend the next month or two. We're going to be booking locations. Riley and I will be putting our schedule together. As of tomorrow, we'll probably be there's one or two in particular, Trans-Allegheny, that we're going to try to get on a schedule earlier than late before it gets too hot in the summertime. If it don't already book up, and also we're probably going to go ahead and book us a date in Kentucky
for Waverly Hills.
We've been talking about Waverly Hills for several years.
That was on my mind when I was trying to start the team.
Yeah,
Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
We've been by there. We've been really close going to other locations, but that's one place we have not been yet. So those are two places that stand out that we will do some traveling to this year. Good Lord willing, we'll do a lot of traveling. But those are two places we'll probably make priority. And we've even talked about I'd like to go to Gettysburg.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to Gettysburg. That's another place. We said we were going to do a lot more battlegrounds and battlefields this year.
Yeah.
And if you don't know where we're at, there's a lot of them close to us, kind of semi-locally. And we've hit them a few times, but nothing like what we said we were going to do this year.
Yeah, that's true.
So those are places we're going to hit. And also, I'd like to see us at some point, maybe toward the end of the year, go back to Pennhurst.
I would. Pennhurst.
Yep.
Like where
Pennhurst
we did the Paracon.
Yep.
That's honestly where I was hoping to get into for like an actual investigation.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Pennhurst Asylum.
Yeah. An overnight investigation at Pennhurst. All the buildings, you can't get in them, but some of them that are open, I'd love to go.
Yeah.
It is a heck of a long drive for us, but I think it's probably well worth it.
Yeah.
We had all intentions of when we went there in the summer. We went to Pennhurst in July, and we went to the large, humongous, one of the world's largest Paracons there.
Yeah.
And we met a lot of some cool people when we went.
Met the Ghost Brothers.
Yep, Ghost Brothers.
We met my hero, Nick Groff.
Yeah, Nick Groff. We met Jason Halls and his team. The TAPS team was there.
Yeah.
The other guy, the exploring dude, who's
Josh Gates.
Josh Gates was there. Man, we met. What's the other?
Is it Amy Broney?
Yeah, her. Well, but I'm talking about the other guys. We didn't get
Destination Fear.
Destination Fear guys were there. They're cool too. We didn't get any
conversation
with them.
Make them because they weren't at their table when we were walking around their area.
Yeah. So it was a good trip for us, but we had planned to do a little bit of investigating when we were there, but there were so many people there, it was impossible.
It was truly impossible.
So that's another place on our list. But I think, we always talk about it every year. Waverly Hills fills up super fast. So tomorrow we will be looking at that and see where we can fit in on that and go and get on the schedule with that one.
Yeah.
Because that place fills up super fast.
Yeah.
So, but like I was getting at, we'll be scheduling some places. but we will spend this winter. We're going to keep on pulling out some of our footage from this year, from the year before, and we're just going to keep on editing.
We're going to keep dropping the videos because I don't know if y'all have noticed, but our subscriber count has shot up quite a bit.
Well, for us, it's really good. For big people, it's small, but they had to start somewhere too.
Yeah.
And like you guys, you heard us say, a few weeks ago, we're going to concentrate on that and try to make some changes across social media. But the big thing is just know we said we were going to do more video, work on our videos, and we have been doing that finally.
Yeah.
So you guys appreciate it. We hope you guys watched our last one that we did. Like I told you, not a lot of bells and whistles or anything crazy, but the Ahoskie Hotel, Riley dropped one that was pretty raw and uncut. The video of it wasn't the greatest. But if you saw the part 2, I hope you liked it. We put some time in it.
Yeah, we did.
We actually did it about 3 times. We lost power. Our computer went out when we were done, and we lost the whole probably 10 or 12 hours of putting it together.
Yeah, that's the truth.
So we had to turn around and redo that Ahoskie Hotel part 2.
Yeah, that was a huge upset. I remember
So we actually lost some of the footage in it, and we were like, dude, we're dropping this video. It doesn't matter. We're not going to get a chance to add it all, so we rolled on.
Yeah.
There is a little more footage that we like on it, but I think we're going to pass on it for now because we want, before it gets too old, the next video, we've talked about it, the next video we'll be dropping will be from hospital, the old
hospital on College Hill.
Yeah, we want to hit that one before it gets too old.
Yeah.
And then I guess we'll jump back and get the old Harriman Hospital. So those will be the next 2 videos you guys will see us drop. And it won't be long. We'll be working on them. We're going to be working on them hot and heavy.
Yeah.
So I'd like to have. We would like to have the probably the old hospital on College Hill.
Yeah.
Or do you want to do it first, or do we got to do the Harriman Hospital, which is the most recent one?
That's the most recent investigation. So I want to do old hospital on College Hill first, and then hit Harriman.
So that'll be the next one. We'll hope to have it dropped in the next week or 2.
Yes,
that'll be the plan. If we can keep Riley on the straight and narrow. All right, so that's what we're doing. So let's talk about where we're being, like we were supposed to be going tonight.
Yeah.
So we talked about the graveyards we hit. They're definitely top 10 for us.
Yeah.
2 local graveyards.
So the first location I got on my list is
Angel. We were starting to wonder if we were live. We didn't have anybody. Thank you, Angel, for getting up here.
Big Angel.
Thank you very much. Also, if anybody's on Facebook, watching from Facebook, if you see the comments, we don't see them. I'm sorry, we're not ignoring you. I could turn my phone on, but my battery's almost dead. So anyway, just know we thank you for being up here if you are on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we appreciate all the new daggone followers on our new page.
Yeah.
Keep sharing it out and helping us out. But, roll on, buddy. Let's talk about that list so we can go spend the rest of the time with our family.
Well, I did. There are a few locations up here that y'all never got to see that we went to. We may have uploaded a video or 2 from them there to our Facebook, but the Danbury Courthouse, and as well, the same night we investigated the Danbury Arts Center or Arts Place. So that's 2 locations in Danbury, North Carolina that we were at in the same night.
Well, the other group, they did a cool video of it.
Yeah.
And it turned out real well. I was proud of that.
Yeah.
But of course, there's our side of it too. And a lot of it's the same. The biggest part of that courthouse to me was, man, when we were actually in the courthouse and we whistled and we got whistling, we asked any spirits there to whistle back. And 2 or 3 times it happened.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was it would make your skin crawl.
Yeah.
But that was really cool. And also we caught a spirit right before some equipment got knocked off a little podium in there, a recorder or something that they had. I actually caught a spirit on the XLS camera run by and go right to that podium. And that's when we all heard a big loud bang when what we believe is it knocked out a piece of equipment off.
Yeah.
And we caught all that.
Yeah.
That's what stands out to me there. And then over in the Arts Council building, that blue light's back on up there, yeah. But in the Arts Council building, we had some Riley and I didn't get a lot on the second floor, or even the little bungalow area. We didn't get much there. He and I didn't. That's just the truth. We didn't. But down in the basement, we got some heck of a spirit box session in there.
Yes, we did.
Lots of spirits coming through, man. That's one I'll probably won't never forget that one. As well as I'm speaking of those, when you start talking about spirit box and portal communication, was the bottom of Bobby Mackey's in that basement. I'll never forget that one.
Yes.
That was one that was off the charts. Of course, that wasn't 2025, so we can't even talk about it yet.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed those places.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then after that, I think we had Madison Dry Goods. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. We didn't really get a lot up on the third floor where we thought we would get a lot there.
Yeah.
We did get a cool portal session toward the end. It seems like at the end of all our investigations, when we broke out our angel box.
Yeah.
Man, it makes things happen.
Yeah, it does.
But we'd get some crazy communication at those two places we just mentioned.
Yeah,
for sure.
Did.
So that was Madison Dry Goods. What is it?
I'm looking on the shelf behind you.
Oh,
where is it?
I got it over there in the
okay.
case. It's still in the case. I hadn't unloaded it from our last little trip.
Okay.
So what else is on your list?
And along with that, you got around here closer to the house places we hit when we don't have any big name locations, but we got the Dell Farm Plantation house that we visited.
We've been there twice. The first time was just to check and see if we could get Riley in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is quite an obstacle. There's no steps to get in that old house. It's been moved. It's been moved around from the front of that farm to back about a half a mile off the road frontage. That place, it was quite a chore, but he managed to get in there. The floor to that place is about 6 foot off the ground. So with some hands and some common sense and that's about all me and him got, was a little bit of common sense.
And extreme acrobatics on my part.
Yeah, we climbed up on a stool, a picnic table, then a stool.
Then I held the rafters to swing myself in the house.
Held the porch rafter, and we got him in. So it worked out pretty good, which is really awesome for a person who's paralyzed on one side of their body.
That's the truth.
But anyway, so we figured out quickly that there are some spirits hanging out in there. Is what we thought. The house was built in the 1800s. Still on that land, I guess. I've never figured out if they're calling that place home, even though it's been moved, or they're a part of the land. I don't know, but they're still there.
There's something there for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, the Dell Farmhouse. You lose your place?
Yeah, but I found it. And now we're going to talk about the little October-thon that I started this year, this 2025 year. See, all October long is basically a Halloween marathon for Down South Supernatural, where I go live every single afternoon of October from local places around my area. And
you hit them up. I don't know if you did it all 30 days, 31 days. No, you started about a week late, maybe.
Yeah.
But either way, you were on it.
But I wanted to target some of those locations on that list that I was talking about right then.
So the first one, you got the old maintenance shop. It's got the Dell Farm Plantation, and you got the old maintenance shop, the farm shop.
Oh yeah, the old shop is.
We've been there a lot of times.
Yes, we have,
and it always puts out.
It don't matter how many times we go, it will be communication galore, as much as you could possibly want. And when I took the poultry pod in there this past October, it was not even
That blue
there.
light's on again. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. Or I see it. When I took the poultry pod in there this past October, it was not even fair. It was voices left and right. And what we got next? Oh, yeah. And on this same farm that I was just talking about, the old shops on, you got the daggone something you'd at least expect. The old junkyard on that same farm has just as much activity as the shop does. I'm guessing it's because of all the equipment that got left there after it was no longer being used, that may have some life still to it or in it. But something's still over there. There are spirits.
Well, I mean, the farm's been there for hundreds and hundreds of years. You know what I mean? I mean, there's so much activity that's buried on that land, that's hooked to that land, that'll be there forever.
It just won't go.
I mean, it's had every opportunity to leave, and it hadn't. So why would it? You know what I mean? It's there.
I know what you mean.
So I mean, I feel like it's always going to be there, no matter when we go over there, or how long breaks we take between going there. Every time you go, the voices never stop over there.
That's true.
Never stop, and they'll tell a story. I mean, there's some death that's happened over there, and you can ask for names, and you'll get those names, the ones who have died and passed on. So you got the shop, then you got the old equipment junkyard. You got it wrote down on your list, which is the same place close to it. No. Is that a page you printed today? Here it is right here.
Right here. Okay.
So the next thing, we're talking about Dead Man's Bridge, which is a good location for us.
Yeah. That is an awesome location. That is another one that you seem to go to, no matter how many times you go to the communication, it has only ever let us down once or twice out of all the times we have been there.
Yep. Hey, Edna, how are you? Thank you for joining.
Hey, Edna.
But yeah, Dead Man's Bridge is a cool spot for us. We visited Dead Man's Bridge numerous times, and we've tried our best to catch what some of the locals have told us that a few people have seen. I've heard it straight from my person, and I have no reason not to believe them, that they have seen a lady on the bridge, a lady in white, staring off the side of the bridge into the water, and to the point where there's one guy stopped, and he basically said, "Hey, can I help you? What do you need?" And he got no comment. The lady turned around with a blank face, and as he was pulling up on the side of the road to help her, he turns around and she's gone. And we've heard that story from two different people.
Yeah.
So which just did nothing but breed. It was like pouring gas on a fire for me and Riley. We tried our best to go down there, just hoping we would see that lady in white. However, there's been a lot of bad things have happened there. A lot of drownings, a lot of death.
Yeah.
Just numerous bad activities happen there. And so when we go, spirit communication is usually fairly easy there.
Yeah.
However, as somebody, who's out trying to make communication with spirits, and naturally we're drawn to looking for that lady in white. If we ever go down there and we actually run upon the lady in white, I don't know what we really will do.
I have no idea.
Because sadly, I don't know if it's good or bad. We've called out for it every time we go.
Yeah, we do.
If you're here,
show yourself.
Yes, I don't know. We probably both pass out and fall in the creek or something. Who knows what would happen? I have no clue. I guess that's a chance we'll take one day.
Yeah.
Because I got a feeling the more we go, and it'll happen on the least opportunist time when we go there, we'll probably have the least amount of equipment, no recording equipment.
Yeah.
And we'll be going just to go, and that's when it'll happen.
That's the truth.
And then we'll have no proof except for what you and I say.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And that's even if I can talk about it, I'm probably going to die if I say that.
So the Dead Man's Bridge never lets us down, and that's a fact. That's a fact, Jack.
Edna
I actually thought about bringing her something, and I don't know why Edna bringing a flower didn't cross my mind. Maybe that's a good thing. We tried our pack of cigarettes. We tried leaving cigarettes there, and the biggest kicker is in that story with Dead Man's Bridge is out of all the things, as long as I've been here and people that I know and have talked to about it, we have no clue why. There's a reason or she wouldn't do it. But why is she there and what is she looking for? Did she die there? Did someone she loved die there?
Yeah.
What happened? You know, the stories that we have there have been lots of drownings.
Yeah.
But I don't remember a lady. What I remember is people, the drownings there may have been, well, mostly were younger kids.
Yeah.
People who were thrown off the bridge.
But you got to remember, there were a lot of suicides committed under that bridge.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was heading to. So we know of a few that we knew that lost their life there. Residue.
Very, very much so residual.
I don't know. I was thinking residual. My speech is off tonight.
Residual.
But I've thought about that one over and over. What is she doing there, and why can't we see her? We're actually looking for her.
Yeah.
Why can't we see her? Why you've shown yourself to multiple people? Why can't we see you? And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. And I guess they always say, "Be careful what you wish for."
Yeah.
But we will hit. That's one that we can hit. It doesn't take us long to get there, and it doesn't cost any money.
Right.
You just got to plan it just right, because if you go down there in the summertime here in eastern North Carolina, the mosquitoes will tote you away.
Yes, they will.
That's kind of like one of our favorite graveyards down the road from us in Grifton. That's another one. The mosquitoes are there. They're big as birds.
Yes, they are.
And when they stick you, they draw a tube of blood.
Yeah,
they get it. They get it.
You need a daggone blood transfusion after you leave.
They're giving you a transfusion when you go there.
I will tell you, I'm itching to mention this next location because it was a knockout of a location. The St. Augustine Lighthouse.
I liked it too. We can't hear it because we don't have a speaker. But did y'all hear the applause? Did y'all hear the applause? Yeah. That was another thing that we really said we were going to do a cool video. That's another place.
Yeah.
And we didn't follow through and finish the video. So that'll be one maybe we'll touch up on that one also.
Yeah, we could. If we started it, maybe it wouldn't take as long to touch up on it.
But we actually, Riley and I both, we did that one by ourselves.
But
I like St. Augustine anyway.
Yeah, I do.
St. Augustine is old. Angel visits St. Augustine also. He'll tell you that place is one of the most haunted places in the world.
Yeah, it is.
But we really, really like St. Augustine, and we love the lighthouse. That was cool. Experience.
Not only the lighthouse, but they give you access to the lighthouse keeper's house as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is also another awesome location.
It's a hotbed.
So that's two different locations on the same land, right in the same night. That was an awesome investigation night.
And we got some good video there, and that was a place that we had a lot of battery problem there for some reason. I don't know if it was because of spirit activity, drawing of power, or I don't know, but we had a lot of battery issues that night.
Well,
so
you ready to talk about the raw location?
Which one? Let's see what's. So we're over 10, but we'll just talk about them anyway. We'll save what we call the best for last. Which one?
Yeah. St. Albans Lunatic Asylum.
St. Albans, yeah.
That place was pretty nasty from what I remember.
And we've talked about St. Albans several times up here, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. However, you hear mixed stories of St. Albans.
Yeah.
Mixed stories. You know, we know a lot of other paranormal groups who have been.
Yeah.
A lot of them get a little bit, some of them get nothing, and a lot of them get a lot.
Yeah.
Our experience,
We
We got some negative activity there, and it was brung on by us.
by provoking and
Yeah.
shouldn't have.
Not Riley and I didn't provoke. Imagine that he didn't provoke.
And
And you
that's
did
all-
good this year. I'm gonna give you credit. I appreciate you not provoking this year. You did not provoke like you used to. I don't remember, maybe once, maybe minor. You got me a little bit nervous once or twice,
Yeah,
but that was all Big Dylan. Big Dylan, he provoked that night, and I think Big Dylan was rewarded for provoking that night.
yeah,
We think Big Dylan took him something home from
yeah,
that location, and I truly believe it was because he was talking some nasty trash to a spirit there. In Dylan's defense, was talking trash to us.
yeah,
He was saying some mighty explicit words
yes.
coming across the spirit box, and that whole night, our group didn't get hardly any of the communication that the other groups there were getting. We'll leave it like that. So I would, with that being said, St. Albans, I would probably hit St. Albans again.
Yeah, I would.
I'd say it's probably 7 on our list. It ain't in
Yeah.
the top 5 for us. Other people, yeah, but not for us.
No.
There's
Yeah.
other places we've already talked about. We got more communication than we got there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a cool place that you hear a lot about. So you got to bring it up.
And the next on the list, I know we already spoke about it, but Ohio State Reformatory. That not just was that an amazing and awesome place to investigate, it was a pretty good, steady investigation. The communication wasn't crazy,
No, it wasn't.
but
It wasn't crazy there.
it was steady enough to be what you could call a good investigation.
Would you go back to OSR?
If I could, I probably would.
I think it is a very cool location.
Yeah,
The difference in OSR to me and all these other locations that cost a lot of money to go, OSR, I could actually look as soon as I pulled up and I could tell that the people at OSR are putting the money back into the location.
what is that?
Don't tell me something touched you.
I swear something just breathed in my freaking ear.
Don't tell me that, man. Don't tell
No,
me that.
I'm dead serious.
Don't tell me that. The ratings don't need to go up tonight.
I didn't
I'm
want
gonna tell you, I'm gonna drop y'all in a little bit, y'all. So, and I told you a while back. So we've had to cleanse this place one time. This is the place where we keep all the equipment. Riley's apartment, our slash
haunted dog.
studio. Yeah, we got some things in here. But you know what? I'm gonna turn it on now. So what's this? I'm just curious. Okay, the battery's not dead. All right, guys. There's a cat ball back here in the back. So it's sitting between Andy's legs. We had another live out here a few weeks ago, and it happened one other time about a month or two ago.
Yeah.
Riley and I have been out here a lot. But during that live, it was another person was putting on the live. It wasn't nothing to do with paranormal. This was another little hobby we picked up, and the guy was going live. He's got a live whatnot channel. That's right, isn't it?
That is exactly right.
So Riley's not even out here at this time. He's inside, and I'm out here. We're using the table and our camera set up, the computer, and it's facing the same way. The people in the background may or may not could have seen Andy in the background. But as I was sitting here, I'm over here on the side, and I'm watching this guy and another guy. They're going live, and they're doing their live podcast. And I look, and something catches my eye as I'm looking at the screen, as I'm doing right now. We're looking at us on the screen, and I see a light going off. And I quickly turn around like this, and that cat ball's going off. And these two guys who were here doing their podcast are already nervous as heck because they've walked in here and they know what mine and Riley's hobby is.
Yeah.
And they've seen our equipment set out. And they've seen one or two haunted dolls that are back over in that part of the building.
They walked in and they saw them 400 or 500 dolls sitting on that table over there.
So yeah, they were already really nervous. And I told them, I said, yeah, we got these from an antique store. The one in the middle, Andy, he's had a REM pod. He'll make a REM pod go off sometimes. We've seen it. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes it will. But as I'm sitting there, they're doing this podcast, and I turn and I'm like, dude, Riley and I have been out here a lot. And that cat ball has never gone off while we're out here. So anyway, long story short, that night I turned around and I even messaged Riley. I said, dude, you got to come out here. These guys are doing their podcast, and Andy or something is setting off the cat ball. So, and it happened, y'all, just so you know, it happened for, I'm going to say a good 10 minutes. But when it stopped, it totally just quit, went away. I even brung Lori, that's the name of that doll that someone named her because they embroidered it on her dress. I brung her in here and set it beside her. I was like, dude, maybe he's lonely. I don't know what's up. But he made himself known that night. Nobody was bothered. Anything happened except the cat ball was going off, which that was the first time. So now the fact of the matter is you just said you felt like somebody just blew in your ear.
Yeah.
So the cat ball's turned on. So if we see anything, if you guys see something, we'll know.
Yeah.
So Andy, if you can do that again, make that cat ball go off. See if you can make the lights go off again.
Don't look at him while you're doing it.
I ain't gonna look at
Just
it.
look right here in this camera.
So let's go on with what we're doing because we'll spend all night out here trying to get that light to go off again. Oh, that's nasty.
Let's see. I just mentioned the St. Augustine Lighthouse and Lightkeeper's House.
So we were on St. Albans.
Okay.
I went to St. Albans.
And then we went.
I will finish it up saying I would go back to St. Albans.
I would.
With a totally different approach. I underestimated St. Albans. I underestimated the size of that place.
Yeah.
And I wasn't prepared.
I honestly wasn't either.
All I saw was pictures of it, and I had no idea the place was spread out. It was buildings hooked together with hallways, and some of the darkest, narrowest hallways I've ever been in my life.
That's the dark.
That'll make your hair stand up on your arms just going down those hallways.
Yeah, that'll mess with your daggone mind.
So would I go back there? Yeah, I'd go back.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd go back.
Will we go back there? Probably so.
Yep.
But this next location on my list, I mentioned OSR. So the next location on my list is the place my dad and me went for his card show. We went to Charlotte, North Carolina, but while we were there, I had the opportunity of doing some live videos investigating, and I did in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina.
Well, a lot of it was two of the places that you did were places where things were being built and have been built, and one of them in particular was built right beside a graveyard.
Yeah, and remember right there in the parking deck?
Yep.
There was a parking deck location, and I truly believe that I was communicating with the spirit of a woman who had died there.
Yeah, and it's not. I'm with you on that. I believe you can, and it doesn't take a lot of work to find. The heaviness will find you.
Yeah,
I've always said that when we go in places that a lot of things have happened, and it finds you pretty quickly. You can feel it. Without a doubt, you can feel it. Yeah, Charlotte was pretty good.
But after that, I only got 2 or 3 more locations on my list.
Let me see what you got. So you got you talked about Pennhurst. We are planning to go back to Pennhurst at some point in time, like we said. Trying to think, we didn't do a good job. I can't read your little writing over there. So we talked about OSR. We talked about everything we did earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Like I said, we talked about graveyards early on. We hit the graveyards pretty hard. Beaufort County turned out to be a good location. The Beaufort Graveyard, one of the oldest ones in North Carolina. We're going to hit that one again this summer. We got some unfinished business to do there. Our Valentine's Day recording in the East Kinston Graveyard was bone chilling.
Yes, it was.
Bone chilling there.
Yeah.
To the point where I thought for a little while that I don't even know if I want to go back there. Not
Yeah.
because it wasn't good, because I was a little bit nervous about going there.
Yeah.
There was a little bit, not fear, but there was some things that were said, and it got very,
Personal.
very personal, and just things that were coming across the spirit box there
Yeah.
got very personal, and
Very.
the things were happening with things that were going on in our everyday life, and I was like, man, we probably need to take a break from here for a while. Here again, unfinished business.
Yeah.
Unfinished business there.
There is one location that I've just found up here that I do want to bring into this conversation. The old cabin in the woods is the last location on the list that I jotted down. And that location is an awesome location.
And we talked about going there and having a little live at like tonight.
Yeah.
And the weather here, if you know anything about it, it's been probably 28 degrees here right now.
Yeah.
With a north wind,
And
it can wait.
yeah, it can wait. But we will be going back there sometime very, very soon.
And speaking about that, I was talking about at the graveyard. There were things, because it was about the third time we had been there, and yeah, absolutely new things and remembered things that Riley and I had talked about the previous visit there.
That we had totally forgot about.
And after we're sitting there, and and then it got personal when Riley got touched. He got touched, and it said it was going to touch, and we basically said, hey man, if you're really here, touch one of us. And I said, touch Riley, and within 5 seconds he got touched. And not only that, and we got all this recorded. We got it recorded.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it said, do you believe me now? So what do you say? Yeah, I absolutely believe you. But yeah, some of the things coming through the spirit box got very personal.
Yeah.
And sad, to the point where it was almost like Riley and I were being manipulated, where it was wanting us to feel very sorry for it. It missed its family. It was not happy there. And before it was over, it was going to leave. It was coming with us. I want to leave with you. I want to go with you. And that makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it does.
So, naturally, we let it know it could not go with us. By the grace of God, it couldn't go with us.
Yeah.
And we haven't been back since then. He and I, we went the last time, and it was pitch black dark. It drained our battery, our camera power. One usually go, and that was with a backup battery pack. That thing will run for hours now with a battery pack on it. It'll run until our space on our hard drive fills up.
Yeah.
And the battery lasts. My 2 batteries lasted like 10 minutes in there, and that should have lasted for hours.
Yeah.
Polterpod battery lasted. That thing, I don't know how long that thing will last.
I mean,
we changed the battery in it like twice all summer long.
Yeah.
And that's his favorite piece of equipment. And it run down in like 10 minutes in there. It was just pulling the power out of everything we had, including me and Riley.
Yeah.
I told him when I left, man, I said, man, it just made me feel insecure. Made me feel, it knew too much, man.
It really did.
So then I tell you, Riley, I felt like it's unfinished business, but then I don't know. I don't know, man.
Is it though?
We'll probably, exactly. Is it really?
I'm going back for vengeance to be.
I don't think it did, Edna. I don't think it came back. I don't think it came back with us.
Oh, yeah,
I don't. Just because I don't feel the heaviness that I felt when I was there.
Yeah.
And it was known. It let us know that it was there and it was real. Because over and over, how do I know? Do something, do this, do that. It never would do nothing really other than it did touch Riley. And it did let us know that it did do it. And you need to believe me now.
Yeah.
And we did. So let's move on from that one. I'm getting chills thinking about it. So those are the places. There's been 2 that we haven't talked about. And we go to a lot of places.
Yeah.
And you've heard us say it before. Some of the biggest places we go to sometimes are the biggest letdowns. Some of the biggest locations are the biggest letdowns. And I say that because when we go to these big locations that you see these TV stars do, these guys who are well known on the Discovery Channel and have these humongous followings on YouTube, man, they go to these places, and that blue light's back on again. They go to these places and they sit up there for days. They might be at a location for a week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that lady when we went to Brushy Mountain that night, she said that that team had been there before us for a solid few weeks, and they had just left the day before we got there.
No, there's been some, I won't name them, but there's been some big TV people there, and they were there for 3 or 4 days. And they have to be there 3 or 4 days. When you see these shows on TV where they're there and you see these crazy, great YouTube videos, they didn't get that in 2 or 3 hours.
No.
When we're there 2 or 3, 4 hours, you know, some places we go, we light it up. But most of those big places, man, those people, when you see those videos, it's not that they're any better than anybody. They just have the funds and they have the ability to be there for a week at a time.
Yeah.
They might be there 3 or 4 or 5 days just to get 30 minutes worth of awesome video that we all look at on YouTube and on TV.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Riley and I been to Brushy Mountain one time 2 years ago in October, and we got some crazy EVP and some spirit box communication. We drum it up and we get a big crowd to go, some of our good buddies, and we go. And man, it
was a flop.
No matter what anybody says. We did get some EVPs, but it was not good the next time.
No, why not?
So I'm not getting hung up on that. I'm just my point is, my point I'm making, we've been to the big places. We've been to some of them. And I said, we've been to some and we got communication off the chart, and we've been to a lot of them, paid good money, and we got nothing compared to what we get right around home for free. So with that being said, we're always skeptical about paying big money to go to places.
Yeah.
So there are 3 places. Well, we didn't say nothing about Ferry Plantation. So we went to Ferry Plantation. There's 4 that we didn't talk about. And I'd say Ferry Plantation wouldn't end up in my top 5, but it is on my screen. It is in the top 10.
Yeah.
And I say that simply because everybody who was there with us didn't get much. We actually got some good spirit box communication.
Yes.
The first hour that we were there.
But you got to remember the light communication we were getting.
Yep, I did. We got spirit box along with communicating through the light at the same time.
Light response.
So they were sending the REM pod was going off. It was going off.
The K2 meter.
K2 went off too. Yeah. But like everybody else who was there said, that they're just a little bit disappointed because when it quit, it flat out quit. It was nothing. No spirit box. No nothing. No random voices. No anything. It was just like we said all the time, like somebody turned the light switch off.
Yeah.
So that's in the top 10.
Yeah, it is.
I'll say next in line would be one that I thought was going to be off the hook, the Hosky Hotel. We were just there a few weeks ago. Well, maybe a month or so ago. We've been working on that place for years. Was it good? You saw the video the other day.
It was good.
We got some stuff. It had its moments. Was it what I thought it was going to be? Absolutely not. Would I go back? Absolutely. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
We went Angel,
Paul Fowler,
and his wife Stacy, Angel at Durham Paranormal. He went, and we had a good time. I had a great time there.
I did.
I enjoy the history of all the locations we go. I enjoy hearing about, thinking about how people used to live in these old places. So that's worth the trip to me a lot of times.
Yeah.
I like the history part of it. I wish I'd have liked history as much when I was in school and needed to learn about it as I do now. I'd be way ahead of the game. But we did get some good light communication in there. And I hope you guys, if you saw that Ahoskie Part 2, did you guys, if you've watched it and you haven't watched it, go watch it. If you don't watch anything, right there within, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes into the video, an EVP come through on that thing
Yeah.
that Riley and I never heard it when we were there.
But when you hear it, we even
replay. We didn't hear it live. That's what I'm trying to tell
Yeah.
you. But when we come back, putting our video together, and we enhanced and we turned our volume up like we've never done while we're trying to hear things in the EVP, we just run it, man. We haven't done that great of a job. When I heard it, I'm telling you, it made my skin crawl. Every hair on my body stood up. And it was not as nice sounding as what the little girl was. We thought we were going to communicate with.
Yeah.
And we do feel like we ended up communicating with Sarah.
Yeah, we
so
did.
Listen for that EVP. We replayed it in there. We probably should have replayed it 3 or 4 times.
It's probably about halfway through the video.
If we were really good. Is it Andy? Did Andy do that?
Hey, Peckerhead, did you do that?
So we're talking about the Ahoskie Hotel, if that was what you were asking about. The one we were talking about, all the history, was actually Ferry Plantations, very old. That's in Virginia Beach, Virginia. But the Ahoskie Hotel is in Ahoskie, North Carolina. Check out that video on YouTube. It's only about a week old, I think.
I'll tell you.
Part two. We dropped it last Friday night or last Saturday. I don't know.
Friday. It streamed. The Ahoskie video that we dropped streamed 5 days ago.
So yeah. Anyway, it ended up being a good place. It is a top 10 for sure in our locations. Yeah. So that was 4 we hadn't even talked about on your list, Riley. I'm disappointed. You were about to miss Ferry Plantation. You were about to miss the Ahoskie Hotel. But what we'll do, we'll save the other 2 that we haven't talked about a lot because we got videos coming on.
Yeah,
they're definitely for this year for us will be our top 1 and 2. To me, I'll say the second one for me, and the second one for me.
What are you talking about?
The last 2, our top 10, the last 2 places. You already forgot? Okay. So for me, I'm gonna say my we got 2 left. We got the Harriman Hospital in Tennessee, in Harriman, Tennessee. And we have the old hospital on College Hill.
You already talked about that.
Excuse me. But which one's number 1?
On my list out of those 2 locations?
That's the last 2 left.
Old hospital on College Hill. Even though I did get touched at Harriman, the old hospital on College Hill, when I could actually get in touch with a spirit there and actually feel on the same level as a spirit there, a little girl who was a burn victim. And I could actually relate with her about how she was talking about she didn't want to show herself because she was burnt real bad and she was ugly or something. And she just was nervous. I'm thinking like a little girl that would be going somewhere and worried about what people thought about her. Like I could relate to that because I was in a wreck and I don't function the same anymore as I used to. But
no problem, Edna. No problem at all. Thank you. And Happy New Year to you, Edna.
Happy New Year, Edna.
So yeah, I'm going to say College on Hospital Hill.
Yeah, hospital on College Hill.
I always say it backwards. That's number 1 for me this year.
Me too.
Harriman Hospital had its moments right to start with. We had some light communication. I think if we'd have stayed longer there, there was some fun. It was a good time. I was able to go with my daughter and her boyfriend Nick to Harriman Hospital. I say it's top 5. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it's not 2 or 3. It is top 5.
Yeah.
So I kind of had it a
Me
little bit
too.
wrong. I'm gonna say East Kinston Graveyard is gonna be a number 2 for me.
Yeah.
Number 1 would definitely be Hospital on College Hill.
Yeah.
Old Hospital on College Hill.
That daggone basement there and that daggone raw activity we were getting, that was bad.
That was another one that was a little bit skin crawling for me. That was the only place, and I can honestly say that I've been in a long time that I was ready to leave. I was ready to leave. Not because I was scared, not because I felt like a little insecure about the things that we were getting. The communication we were getting had gotten really negative, and can't even repeat the things on YouTube. It'll kick it off, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That place made me feel really uncomfortable, made me feel really heavy. And I told Riley, and toward the end of it, when we finally left, I was ready to leave. With that being said, by the time we were gone, I was like, dude, if we'd have just stayed a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what all paranormal folks will do. We're there to get communication. We're there to see if we can communicate. Part of the thrill, I think, for some is when it does go downhill. That's probably not my favorite part. I love just trying to figure out and seeing. I want to see. Can you communicate? Without a doubt, you can.
Yeah,
I want to find the story. I want to try to learn a story from a spirit that's trying to tell me something. I want to see if I can figure it out. That's part of the game to me. Not really a game, but it just makes me feel like I accomplished something.
Yeah,
that I'm trying to prove that you can communicate.
Help them finish a story that they couldn't finish before they passed.
Or even better than that, help them move on.
Yeah.
If there's just one thing they need to tell somebody before they move on,
tell
me. Let me see if I can hear it.
Yeah, I'll be in there.
I want to know. But like I said, the old hospital on College Hill in West Virginia was draining to the core.
Yeah.
That place made you feel very. We just feel the heaviness, especially. We had some great communication. And it's just like what you've seen in the videos. You go look at them, not ours. We hadn't even put it out there. That will be the first one we're going to look. We'll be working on it. We'll be hopeful to drop that video from the old hospital on College Hill in the next 2 weeks. So that'll be the next video that Riley drops. Yeah, we're gonna put our efforts into it. It's going to take some serious work because along with, said it more than once, the things that were happening there, all the communication was a little bit overwhelming. It was draining batteries like crazy. It was pulling the power. It was messing with our cameras. It was messing with our cell phones. Yeah. It made it hard. It made it to the point where our audio on our video cameras totally quit. Yeah. Totally quit. It really come back home and check it all out. And we're like, crap. We got video and no audio in all of it. When we go down in the basement, it stops. Well, guess where we had the activity, the most crazy activity? In the basement. I did have recorders going. So Riley and I have to figure out how to match our audio that was on our other recorders that we get EVPs with. Maybe we can make it get pretty close and it won't be too odd to have it match to our video. That's what we're hoping. That's the only downfall we have. But that was probably, I don't know why I call it number one, my number one place on the list. Craziest, exhilarating. Do you call it scared? I wasn't scared. No. Was I a little bit nervous? Absolutely. It had my ass nervous. I ain't gonna lie about it. It had me nervous. It was one of the places where it takes a lot to do that. It was just one of them places. Yes, it was. And then by the time it was time to go, and I was like, dude, one more thing happens like that, I'm already on the edge. It's going to be down south out. Yeah. Well, it wasn't long after I said that it was down south out. Yeah. And look, with that being said, we were all ready to go. Yeah. That place sucked. That place almost sucked the life out of all our batteries and us too. Yeah. Did it not? It really did. It took me, there's been one other place that got me like that. That was St. Albans. Something about St. Albans. Wore me out for several days later. But old hospital. Old hospital on College Hill. It took me 3 or 4 days to get over that place.
Yeah.
That place. Not only did it ruin the batteries on our equipment, it ruined my battery.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I say that's awesome. Will I go back there? You darn right. I'm going back there.
Yeah.
Unfinished business for it and us.
Yeah.
So I don't know how big our plans are, man. We're going to keep rolling this year.
Yeah.
That sums up our top 10. I know we talked about 15 or 20 places, but number one on the list would probably definitely be that. I had my mind on. I changed it while I was sitting here. I was thinking number 2 was Harriman Hospital. It wasn't compared to the other places we've been this year. Top 5, yes. Not number 2.
Yeah.
Wasn't number 2. Thinking about that. But we did get some crazy good light communication there.
Yeah.
Right to start with, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
And those are some of the coolest, longest, darkest hallways that I've ever been in a hospital.
Yeah.
In the pitch black dark at night. So I would like to go back there.
I would too.
The hallways are long enough. If you hadn't, all you paranormal guys watching, you teens, if you haven't been, the hallways are long enough. You can put out 10 REM pods on the hallway.
If not more than that.
And I don't mean they'll be side to side. I mean they'll be 50, 75 feet apart, every one of them.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool place to go. You can carry a lot of equipment. You can actually investigate one floor. That place was 4 floors. We were thinking we were investigating 2.
Yeah.
That place was 4 stories. So we didn't even get to all of it. Our time ran out. We were on a time limit, and that was my own fault. I just didn't plan to be there that long. And after we left, I was like, dang it, gone, man. Next time we go back, we will stay overnight there.
Yeah.
That'll be an overnighter.
I even ordered me a cot like Nick Draw he used.
So that sums up our 2025 investigations. 8 states, thousands and thousands of miles, thousands and thousands of dollars spent.
Yes.
Thank you, Riley.
You're welcome, Father.
A lot of fun, making lifelong memories
Yeah.
that he'll be able to talk about when I'm long gone.
Or the other way around.
Or the other way around. But yeah, it was a good time.
Yes,
2026, I don't see any reason why it won't be just as good, if not better.
Here we come.
And I think we're kind of
2026.
we have been spending the last 2 or 3 weeks reprogramming our minds on how we're going to go in 2026. We are going to do what we promised for the last 2 years, do better with our getting videos out and stuff. We have finally started doing that. Are our videos as good as a lot of folks? No, but are they okay? They're all right.
They get the job.
They're as good as we can get them done right this minute. And we're learning. Riley's learning every time he gets on it. So it's only going to get better.
That's true. It'll only get better from here.
And when you got good stuff, when you got good videos and you got good, cool things that happen, I do realize the cool music and the lights and all that does make it really pretty darn crazy good. But there's nothing as good as raw footage neither.
That's true.
So we'll stick with that until we can figure out what's better.
Yeah.
Until somebody wants to come along and help us and be a part of Down South Supernatural. The only way you can come and be a part of Down South Supernatural is you'll be able to offer something, which is some editing skills and social media help.
Yeah.
Other than that, we don't need you.
That's the truth.
And I say I'm not being ugly, but from moving forward, we're going to do what's best for Down South Supernatural.
Yeah, we are.
So 2026 is going to be good. We're going to start scheduling places tomorrow. So we got a few already picked out. We're going to get on the list. We're going to have a good year. And we're going to get better. We're going to be better paranormal investigators. We've learned a lot about ourselves this year.
Yeah.
And we've learned that the only ones we can control the most is ourselves.
Our daggone self.
And we're going to roll that way. So anyway, we appreciate all of y'all.
Thank you.
All you guys who follow us, the ones who couldn't watch it live tonight, the ones who will watch it live later. From the bottom of my heart, Riley and I appreciate it. I thank you. And I know he does.
I do too.
And help us grow, help us push us on up and make it easier on us, the more people we can get in front of. And we still want to make this show It might take another year or 2 or 3 or 5. We're going to keep trying to do it as long as we can. We want to turn this thing into a call-in show.
Yes,
That's the ultimate goal, to sit out here on Wednesday nights and talk to strangers who are going to tell us about things that they've been through, things they've witnessed, places we should go check out, all the above, all paranormal activity. That's what we're going to strive to make that happen. We're going to strive to make it happen. But with that being said,
you can catch us.
not quite that fast. Not quite that fast. I just want to let them know Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, all y'all.
And we'll talk to y'all next
year.
And with that being said,
you can catch us at that
down, south, out. Good night, y'all. Happy New Year.